What?
So today, let's break down the time Doug took jealousy to a whole new level. All because his best friend was leveling up. So the show starts with Skeeter bullshitting playing Imagination Station. Meanwhile, Doug's over there trying to figure out how he became friends with a special needs person. That's not funny. That's not funny. But the teacher hands out the scores of their intelligence test. Doug, already feeling confident, opens it up and sees a smooth 565.
Wow, 565.
Skeeter, on the other hand, opens and immediately says,
Oh, man.
At first, I thought Doug was being a good friend. We'd hit him with that.
Look, Skeet, if you got a bad score, it doesn't necessarily mean you're dumb or anything.
But then there was a plot twist. Skeeter actually scored 1,000. And that's when the hating begun. Now, to be fair, Skeeter has never exactly given us genius energy. So at first I couldn't even blame Doug for being skeptical. At least that's what I thought until the teacher calls Skeeter to the office. Before Skeeter leaves, Doug is in full hater mode and he hits him with that.
Well, don't worry, Skeet. He probably just wants to give you your real test back.
What do you mean by that?
Whole time, it was college recruiters in the office wanting to scout Skeeter for their school.
He's a genius, Bone, and we want him.
Doug, being Doug, decides to investigate. He sneaks over to the principal's office to make sure everything's okay. But we already know what that means. He's about to be hating in 4K.
Hey, you just wait outside, Buster. Your brainy buddy's busy.
Now at this point, we gotta address the facts. Doug just doesn't overthink. He goes in full Hollywood production mode over something that didn't even happen. So they get back to Skeeter's house, and Doug is still trying to convince Skeeter that he's an actual dumbass.
But didn't you tell them about the test?
Tell him what?
About how it wasn't yours.
Huh?
Doug even hit Skeeter with that dumb stereotype checklist.
The kind of guys who get scores like that, they're geniuses. They wear thick glasses and plastic pencil holders in their pockets and read lots of books.
And Skeeter, without missing a beat, points to his bookshelf and says,
So what do you call those?
He picks up one of Skeeter's books and flips through it and realizes his ass can't even comprehend the first page.
The possibility of apodictic principles? What's that?
Stupid.
I mean, Doug was so embarrassed, he took Skeeter's book home like he was about to pull off the biggest education comeback in history.
Skeeter couldn't really be that much smarter than me. He just couldn't. If he could read this stupid gobbledygook, well, so could I. And the next day, I was gonna prove it to him.
This man really thought he could cram in one night what took Skeeter months to learn. The disrespect. So after pulling the all-nighter, Doug shows up to school sleep deprived, irritated, and damn near delusional.
Where's Skeeter?
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen him.
Didn't you hear? Skeeter's in college.
Doug, already on edge, snaps back and says,
But that's stupid. He's a kid. How can he possibly go to college?
and just like that, Skeeter pops up out of nowhere like the Undertaker.
Hey, guys.
Doug, trying to keep his cool, goes,
See, I told you. They said you were going to college, but I told them.
Skeeter, with all smiles, hits him with that finishing move. He says,
I am.
Nani?
At this point, Skeeter has too much clout, and Doug is about to show his ass.
So, you're saying this school isn't good enough for you? No, I didn't say that, man. I just said, or maybe we're not good enough for you.
Now they go back and forth, but Skeeter ends up winning because if you win the crowd, you win the match. Doug gets embarrassed and here comes Roger, the official instigator, talking about some.
Come on, take a swing. Let's see some blood.
So he goes home and starts throwing away all the stuff that Skeeter ever gave him, like a bad breakup. This man even dropped everything in the hallway like the trash truck was gonna come inside in the morning and pick it up. But when he finally gets back to his room and looks around, he realizes he don't own a goddamn thing. But of course, since this is Doug, everything wraps up nice. Doug realized that he was just being a hater, and Skeeter ends up not going to college. Moral of the story, if your friend levels up, don't be Doug. Support the glow up. And do me a favor, like, subscribe, and comment if you ever had a salty friend like that. And if you're that salty friend, well, you should do better.